In today's vote in the House of Representatives to elect the Speaker of the House, the Republican nominee, Jim Jordan, didn't even come close. 20 Republicans, people in his own party, did not vote for Jim Jordan. They voted for Steve Scalise, Kevin McCarthy, and any other random Republican. Anybody but Jim Jordan. Now, I think Jim and the Trumplafucks knew they would lose the first vote, but I don't think they had any idea how badly they'd lose. That's a tough hill to climb for the next vote. He needed 217 votes. He ended up getting 200. So that's a lot of vote whipping and ass kissing and promise making that Jim Jordan's got to make. They were going to have another vote today, maybe even a third vote today, but they decided against it. They're putting it off till tomorrow. And that's a bad sign. You would think they'd be able to whip some things up to at least look a little better in the second vote, but apparently they don't believe that. See, they're in a tough position right now. Some Republican reps had said before the first vote that if there's a second vote, it's going to get worse against Jim Jordan. And the reason for that is Jim Jordan got a bunch of people to promise they'd vote for him at least on the first ballot. Then after that, they could vote their conscience. So theoretically, in the second vote, Jim Jordan's going to look worse. And therein lies the problems for the Trumplafucks. The problems they always run into, the problem Jim Jordan always runs into. How do I avoid getting embarrassed? Well, Jim's not been very successful at up to this point, and he's going to get embarrassed here. Not only is he not going to get elected Speaker of the House, it's going to get worse and worse, and it's not going to be him. We're now hearing more people talking on the Democratic side and on the Republican side to come to some bipartisan agreement. Somebody who's more palatable than Kevin McCarthy or Jim Jordan or even Steve Scalise. It's getting down to nut-cutting time. We've got a lot of things we've got to attend to, and we need a Speaker of the House. And if the Republicans can't bring a body to the Speaker of the House, well, then they're going to have to come up with something different. We can't just sit stagnant for the next year until the next Congress in 2024. So the Republicans have tried and failed like they tried and failed every other time since they took the majority in the House. So now what's the next step? I suspect there'll be another vote for Jim Jordan tomorrow, and I suspect he'll lose. It'll be interesting if he loses by more. But some answers have to be made. Some ideas have to come together, and we need a Speaker of the House. And it's going to take the Democrats and the Republicans to come together and negotiate and compromise to get that shit done.